Hey everyone, I am Chase at Rocky Mountain ATVMC, giving you a closer look at the sprocket and chain kits from Primary Drive. All right, so if it is time to get your sprocket and your chain replaced, you want to do it quickly and easily at a really great price point, then the sprocket and chain kits coming from Primary Drive are a really good route to take. So Primary Drive, what we like so much about these guys is they have great quality drive components at a very affordable price point. Now, depending on the setup that you like to run, there's a lot of kits available, so there's going to be a kit that's going to fit your needs. You've got the steel kit and the alloy kit. So with the steel kit, you're going to have your front steel sprocket, a rear steel sprocket, and then you have three different chain options. You have an X-ring chain, an O-ring chain, and then you have a standard MX race chain. And then you also have the alloy kit. So alloy kit has a steel front sprocket, and then you're going to have a high quality 7075 T6 aluminum rear sprocket, and then again, you're going to have your choice of chain. Now, something just to keep in mind with these kits is that they are bike specific, so you want to make sure you enter the make, the model, and the year of your bike, and they are going to come with all your stock sizes for your sprockets and your chain, so just remember that. Now, when you're choosing these kits, it can be a little bit difficult because you got a lot of different options. So first we'll talk about sprocket choice, and then we'll talk about your chains that you have to choose from. So when it comes to sprockets, you've got your steel kit. So both kits, again, are going to come with a steel front sprocket, but what's great about a steel rear sprocket is it's going to be less expensive, it lasts a very long time, and really the only drawback to a steel sprocket, it is going to be heavier, it's about twice the weight of an aluminum sprocket. Now with aluminum sprockets, they are going to be a little bit more expensive. They're not going to last as long as a steel sprocket. But what's nice about these is, like I said, they are quite a bit lighter, about half the weight as a steel sprocket. And you can see you got a lot of cool colorways to choose from. And for that reason, that's why most of your pro-level riders are going to be using aluminum sprockets. So once you have your sprocket combination picked out that you like, now you got to pick your chain. And like I said, you got three different options to choose from. You have an X-ring and an O-ring, then you have your standard MX race chain. So let's talk about the O-ring and X-ring first. So with an O-ring and an X-ring chain, these are sealed chains. So what that means is you actually have seals between the links that help keep that lubrication in. And the benefit to that is having those seals in there means less maintenance, and also that's going to help these chains last longer. Now the difference between an O-ring and an X-ring, because some riders aren't quite sure what the difference is going to be in the contact points that you have with the seals. An O-ring seal is going to have two contact points that's helping keep that lubrication in. As we're an X-ring chain, they are going to be a little bit more expensive, but the seal actually has four contact points, so it just does a little bit better job of keeping that lubrication in. And also just keep in mind with these chains, because you have those seals in there, they are a little bit wider, so it's very important that if you decide to go with an O-ring or X-ring, you want to make sure that your bike has enough clearance between your front sprocket and your engine cases, because in some cases these can rub there, so you want to make sure you have enough clearance. And the last chain is going to be your standard MX race chain. So the race chain is a non-sealed chain. So what's nice about these is that it can be lighter than a sealed chain. Also, they don't have as much drag, so they're not going to take as much power away from your bike. And that's why this is going to be the top choice for most of your pro and supercross racers. For off-road riders, riders that want as much durability out of a chain as possible, then I would say an O-ring or an X-ring is going to be your best option. Now, a common question that a lot of riders ask is, why do I have to replace a sprocket and chain at the same time? Why can't I just replace one or the other? Well, here's your answer. You have to remember that your driving components, so your sprockets and your chain, they actually develop wear patterns together. So if you take a new chain and put it with an old sprocket or vice versa, well, that new component will actually wear out faster because of the wear patterns that you have on those previously used components. So that's why it's always best, if you're replacing a sprocket or a chain, you just want to replace everything just to make sure that they're getting the same wear together. Now, some riders will ask the question, well, what should I be looking for, and how do I know when it's time to replace my sprocket and my chain? Now, there's a couple ways you can find out. The first one is look at your service manual. We always recommend that. They'll give things to look for. They'll give measurements that you can take to know if it's time to replace your chain and your sprocket. But there's also some signs that you can look for just with the naked eye that'll help you know when it's time to replace these. So first, with the sprocket, whether it's aluminum or steel, when sprockets start to wear, there's a couple things you'll notice. First, the teeth will start to get more of a wave shape to them. And you'll notice that on a brand new sprocket right at the top on those teeth, you actually have a flat surface. Over time, as they start to wear, that flat surface will start to look pointy and sharp. So if you see those signs, definitely time to replace your sprockets. Now with chains, there's a few signs that you can look for. So always inspect the condition of your master link. Look to see if you have any excessive side play in your chain. You'll notice that with these new chains that the links are nice and rounded. So when chains get pretty worn, you'll start to see flat spots on the top and bottom. And a test that we really like, that's pretty simple, is go to your bike, look at your rear sprocket, and right in the middle of the back of your sprocket, grab your chain and pull it away from the sprocket. Now, when a chain is in good condition, that will be nice and snug. You're not gonna have a lot of play there. It's not gonna wanna move away from the sprocket. But a chain that's pretty worn, if you grab it and pull it away, you'll start to notice a bit of a gap. And in some cases, you'll actually start to see the teeth on the sprocket. If that is the case, that's a very good indicator that's a time to get your chain replaced. All right, everyone, and that is it. Those are our sprocket and chain kits coming from Primary Drive. If you guys have any questions about anything that we talked about today, leave your comments below, give us a call, or chat live online. We are standing by to get your questions answered. And to pick up your next kit, it is really simple. Just click on the link at the end of this video. Remember, guys, orders over $75 ship free. If you like this product spotlight, don't hesitate. Give it a thumbs up. Get subscribed to our YouTube channel, and that's going to keep you up to date and in the loop on the latest gear guides, product reviews, and how-to videos that we're constantly rolling out. I am Chase. We'll see you on the trails.